Let's take a moment to discuss three important terms: judicial review, judicial activism, judicial restraint. Judicial review, 1803, Marbury v. Madison. An extremely important case, very confusing. Let's focus on the outcome. This is the case where the Supreme Court declared that it had the right and the power to determine the constitutionality of the other two branches. They could say to Congress whether or not their laws were constitutional or unconstitutional. They could look at the executive branch and determine whether or not their actions or their treaties were constitutional or unconstitutional. This is an extremely large increase in power. They essentially have the final check. Judicial activism. This is an opportunity for justices on the court to put their own opinions into the laws. They can put their own views on the purpose of the law, whether or not they approve or disapprove of the consequences of the law. This can lead to a very subjective point of view and a very subjective method of judging law. Judicial restraint. This is the opposite. In judicial restraint or originalism, judges who follow this philosophy believe that the only thing that they should look at is the text of the law, perhaps the history or past precedent, and of course, the Constitution. People who support judicial restraint or an originalist point of view believe that it's more objective, it's more navigable. We can understand, we can predict what the judges are going to say because we already know what the Constitution says. It leads to this question: is the Constitution a living document? Some people think the values have changed. Perhaps the application of the laws have changed. Some people say, hey, are we re-answering questions that we've already answered? This is debatable stuff, and it's always in the news. Check it out.